Most people work hard their whole lives, only to fade away slowly, quietly, and far too soon. Why? Is it bad genes? Bad luck? Or is there something more subtle at play? Something hidden in plain sight? Jim Rohn once said, "Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live." And yet, most people don't. Not really. They don't destroy their health in one dramatic moment. They lose it little by little. Through neglect, through mindset, through invisible habits that slowly shorten their days without them realizing. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on 5 unexpected reasons why most people struggle to live past 80. These are not just biological facts or doctors' warnings. They are philosophical truths about how we live, how we think, and what we value. If you want to live not just longer, but better, then lean in. This could be the most important wake-up call of your life. Point number 1. A life without purpose is a slow death. Jim Rohn wisely said, "The major value in life is not what you get. The major value in life is what you become." But far too many people live their lives on autopilot. They work hard, raise families, build careers, and keep moving through the motions. It's as if they're just going through the motions until one day they hit that milestone, retirement, and suddenly they stop. They stop chasing meaning. They stop learning, evolving, or reaching for something greater. And here's the kicker. Without a sense of purpose, life starts to lose its vibrancy. It's like a beautiful painting that fades to gray. Purpose isn't just a nice to have. It's the engine that keeps you alive and thriving long after the initial excitement of new ventures fades away. Without purpose, the body and mind start to wind down like a clock that no longer ticks. Purpose isn't a luxury or an option. It's as vital as air. If you look at the elderly who live beyond 80 with vitality, they're not the ones who had the best genes or perfect health. They're the ones who discovered a reason to wake up every single day. They're the ones who had someone to live for. Take the story of Grandma Moses. She didn't even pick up a paintbrush until she was 78. But once she found her purpose, once she tapped into the spark of creativity, she didn't just dabble. She created over 1,500 masterpieces in her final decades. She lived to 101. She didn't just exist. She flourished because she had a sense of purpose that outlasted her physical age. Purpose doesn't retire. It evolves with you. It stretches, grows, and expands with every new chapter of your life. So ask yourself, where are you becoming? Are you growing into someone who is constantly seeking meaning? Or are you coasting along, waiting for life to unfold without your active involvement? Point number 2. Chronic stress and bitterness are silent killers. Most health checkups will ask about your cholesterol, your blood pressure, and your exercise routine. But there's something they rarely test for, and it could be more dangerous than smoking. Emotional stress, that constant, grinding weight of unresolved feelings, frustration, and anger is deadly. Jim Rohn also said, "You must take personal responsibility." You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. What if, instead of dwelling on all the things that hurt you, old betrayals, regrets, or grudges, you could let them go? Because here's the harsh truth. The emotional baggage you carry isn't just keeping you stuck in the past. It's actually killing you in the present. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, disrupts your sleep, weakens your immune system, and increases your risk of everything from heart disease to memory loss. The weight of bitterness and resentment doesn't just sit in your heart, it affects your physical health. It makes you age faster. It makes you sick. Let me remind you, bitterness is a poison you drink, hoping someone else will die. But the only person whose life is shortened is your own. So why hold on to that burden? Forgive, not for them, but for your own health. Breathe, meditate, seek inner peace. Choose to embrace love over anger, to embrace hope over regret. When you forgive, you free yourself, and you allow your life to thrive once again. Remember, your health is more than just physical. It's mental, emotional, and spiritual. And it's all interconnected. Reclaim your peace. Let go of the grudges. And watch how your life transforms. Point number 3. Loneliness is more dangerous than you think. Imagine this. You've got the perfect diet, you exercise daily, you're taking all the right supplements, but there's one thing you're missing: connection. If you're isolated, lonely, and cut off from the world, no amount of health rituals will protect you. Loneliness is as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Think about that for a second. You could be doing everything right in terms of physical health, but if you don't have anyone to share it with, if you don't have deep, meaningful connections with others, your health will deteriorate faster than you realize. Jim Rohn said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with." If your circle is shrinking, so is your spirit. You can't expect to thrive in isolation. We are social beings. Human connection is a lifeline, an invisible force that sustains us through the toughest times. The right people in your life bring laughter, joy, support, and perspective. They help you stay sharp mentally, keep your heart light, and provide the resilience you need to weather any storm. So, don't wait until you're older to start building your circle. Start today. Reach out to your friends. Connect with family members. Join a group, whether it's for a hobby, a cause, or just for fun. Call that person you've been meaning to reconnect with. Make an effort to build your support system now, and you'll have the strongest life insurance policy you could ever imagine. Don't let isolation steal your spark. Relationships aren't just important, they are essential. The people you spend time with will shape the quality of your life. Invest in them. Point number 4. The death of curiosity means the death of vitality. What keeps people truly young at heart? Curiosity. Jim Rohn famously said, "Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune." But there's something more profound about self-education than just wealth. It's the fountain of youth for your mind. Curiosity is what fuels vitality. When people stop learning, they stop growing. When they stop asking questions, they stop experiencing the thrill of discovery. And that's when the real decay begins, not of the body, but of the spirit. Think back to when you were a child. The world was wide open. You wanted to know how things worked. You asked why and how 1,000 times a day. Your mind was constantly engaged, constantly seeking. That's why children are so full of life. They have an insatiable curiosity, and that energy keeps their minds sharp, their spirits vibrant. But then something happens as we get older. We become too comfortable. We stop exploring. We stop challenging ourselves. We let the comfort of routine lull us into complacency. And before we know it, we start saying, "I'm too old for this." Or why bother? What's the point? This is not age, that's decay. That's a choice. The beauty of life, of growth, and of vitality is that it doesn't end. Not unless you choose it to. You are not done learning until your very last breath. So keep your mind open. Never stop discovering. Read a new book. Watch a documentary on something you know nothing about. Take an online course in something you've always been curious about. Pick up an instrument or learn to dance or dive into cooking a new cuisine. The possibilities are endless. Because when the mind stays open, the body stays strong. Curiosity isn't just a path to knowledge, it's a path to lasting energy, health, and vitality. Point number 5. Small daily habits decide everything. We tend to think that life-altering events, heart attacks, cancer, accidents, are what determine the end of our story. But in truth, it's the small, everyday decisions that quietly accumulate over the years, shaping our fate more than any one dramatic moment. Jim Rohn famously said, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day." And the same applies to health. It's not one careless mistake, it's 1,000 small choices that make all the difference. It's not about that one donut, it's about the years of sugar that become a pattern. It's not about skipping one workout. It's about the years of sitting in front of screen. It's not about one bad night's sleep. It's the lifetime of ignoring rest and recovery. These seemingly insignificant choices add up, and they either work in your favor or against you. You can't control everything, but you can control your daily habits. So start small and build up. Drink more water. Get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Take a 30-minute walk every day. Stretch to keep your body fluid. Take deep breaths to calm your mind. Spend 10 minutes in silence, just breathing and being present. Practice gratitude every day. These habits are simple, but they require one thing: discipline. And Jim Rohn was right. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. If you want to live beyond 80, not just in years, but with vitality, you need to master the small things. Because how you live each day, in its simplest moments, is how you live your life. So, what's quietly shortening your life? Is it a lack of purpose, stress, loneliness, a dead mind, or daily neglect? The good news is this: you have time. And every minute from this moment forward can be a seed planted for longevity, joy, and vitality. Jim Rohn's legacy wasn't just about money or success. It was about becoming the kind of person who lives well and lives long. You don't need to fear aging. You need to fear wasting the present. If this message struck a chord with you, don't just watch it and move on. Take action. Start with one small habit. Forgive someone. Call a friend. Read a new book. Take a walk. Drink a glass of water. And if this inspired you, like this video, leave a comment with the one habit you're going to start today, and subscribe for more wisdom that will help you live stronger, longer, and more fully. Remember Jim Rohn's words: take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live.